nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday night primetime showdown between the Las Vegas Raiders. All bye weeks now in the rear-view mirror. We are full speed ahead in the race for the postseason. Week 15 is underway on EA Sports. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. There's a dive up the middle. And a nice 70-yard chunk on the opening snap of this game.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Back-to-back carries here. Pop on the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
He's throwing deep to the left. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Raiders have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series. Well, we all know this is a player who's proven that he can weather an early setback and soldier on. That's going to be tested again after his first series ends in an interception.
Yeah, that's right, kid. You don't get mentioned as one of the league's better passers if you can't shake off an early turnover. Now, his defense got to pick him up.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready.
And first carry here for Ashton Genty. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Black 40. You don't win. Fly 2. Smack red. Black shot. Set.
Looking to throw here. This is cut downfield by Rice. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards showing just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Getting out to his left. Shot sends him to the ground.
Positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Setting up the screen. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Outside and into the hands of Bateman. And he's out of bounds before he could challenge for that marker. It's 4th down. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Dotson out and waiting for it. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
Check, pitch. Here we go. Ready.
First play is going to be a give to Jency. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain. On that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Here we go. Here we go. Here's Jack. 10 black, red, sight, 6. Mega. Ready?
Throwing on 2nd. That's complete to the back, Ashton Jency. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Green, you, yellow, check,
On the ground, this is Damian Martinez. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Here's a give to Martinez. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of the defense.
Blaster, 6. Claude red. 10.
Throwing now on first down. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. White, white, black, black 40. Cut, cut.
He'll look to throw. Completed to his running back. And they make the tackle at the 38. He gets 16 yards on that play. And the Raiders are going to have the first down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
32. Steel, black. Set,
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Defender arrives early as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that would plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Set, ready. 53. 10 cycles. Green, jack. Ready, ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that, it will still wind up being 4th down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. It's an early lead for the Raiders. Back to the bank in just a moment.
On the set.
Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. And with less than a yard to go here, they're leaving the offense out there. Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
Running in the red zone. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Lining up now to try the extra points. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And not a lot available there. Makes it to the 26. Is Darian Porter in on the stop?
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Setting him on the dive. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
It's a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down.
33-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Hey, middle. Hey.
Short pass brought in. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 from the 43. Lamar off the play fake. He rolls to his right. He's running with it. He is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that 1st down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. New set of downs for him from the 31. One drawn up here for Lamar. This is ahead for about 5. Hit applied by Keanu Benton.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Cut near the goal line. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start to fight back with their first points of this game. Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Moore with a return. Things going well so far. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Let's go. Red. 60 red. 60 red. Check hut. Check hut.
Working now from the gun. Called in left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
This is Genty on second. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
Body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Down. Black. Don't red. Green jack. Watch the 10 cycle. Right. White.
Rice motioning left.
Ready?
Shotgun now on third down. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens take over on his 5th interception of the season. Ravens to the line now. First and 10. Dive play straight ahead. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And they're going to be set up with first and goal as this goes out of bounds, Brock, at the 3-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The design run, Jackson keeping it. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. The extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Moore with a return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Putting a receiver in motion. Back to work after throwing the pick. That's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Red, yellow.
Back to the air they go on second down. Brought in right side by Moore. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Hits him on the out route. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Yellow. Blue is striking.
They are throwing it again. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Every offense I've ever seen from Pop Warner to the NFL's got this play in the playbook, but every offense isn't capable of executing it because it takes a quarterback and a receiver on the same page. And that page, it was textbook.
His charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. He's going to throw it. Finds Genty underneath. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped, though, right near the marker. Didn't get it, 3rd down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Black, 95, ready, go! Hut.
Shotgun give here to Genty. And he hauls it across for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Lamar now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. All right, with 6 seconds left, we've got a timeout.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
He's back to throw. Lasers this one deep down the middle. His final shot and a half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10.
Set, hut. 33, yellow. Ready.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. One. Brought in inside the 20. And he has this down to the 14-yard line.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got first and 10 inside the red zone.
50, green. Ready?
Straight ahead with Genty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
Ready. Blue, 45, red, cycle. Right, right. Hey.
They send a man in motion.
Cut.
2nd and 10, back to throw. And this is going to fall incomplete. Well, he made a call for the end zone there, but nobody picked up on the other end. Now it's 3rd down. The close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
Edo blue. Black shot. Fierce yellow. Ready?
3rd and long for him here. Brought in. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be 4th down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. This is Genty. And he can't get the push they needed. They hold him at the line and send him packing after a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he's going to line up in the red for this play back at the 8. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Trying to find his tight end. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he gets it away from his end zone. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready. Cut.
Here's Martinez. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, you even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Went the wrong way on 1st down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12.
32. Red, yellow. Blaster, 6. Red, cycle. 6.
Here's the throw. Absolutely fires this one right side. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Man in motion here. Slot man motioned over.
Steel, black. Black ultra. Black shot. White, white.
To the air on 3rd and long. Has a man on target to Thornton. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That goes as a gain of 25 yards. It picks up the 1st.
Ready?
And off to Genty. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. Casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Another give here to Genty. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. There'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
6. Hut. 43 rail. 45. White. Will green. Ready.
Throwing from the gun here. It's on target to Moore. And he's He's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Yellow, line. Ready. Smith, red. Black 40. Check white, ready.
They give left side to Genty. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
It's a screen play to Genty. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
It's been an 8-play drive, and on play number 9 now, 9 is what they need on 3rd down.
Green jack. Check hut.
Throw here, 3rd down. Throw is caught. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
12, 10. Hey, yellow, zoom. Ready, ready.
They'll run for this. And forget this first down. He's made as he got to the line. They're not going to get this. This is a turnover on downs. Well, that didn't break out how they thought it would, and they're going to lose the first of their 3 timeouts for their trouble. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. He's brought down, and that was close, Bronk. Maybe a yard away from surrendering 2 points, but the stop did come outside the goal line.
Taken down back at the 1-yard line.
Definitely got to watch for a safety here, partner. 2nd and long from their 1. This one's set up for Lamar. He loses the football. And this is going to be Raiders football.
I think the phrase, Kate, blood in the water, comes to mind in this spot. There was a chance to get aggressive and attack them being backed up close to the end zone. Can't imagine that decision paying off in a better fashion than that.
They're going to throw now, following the turnover. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. It's 2nd and goal.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down, after check down, after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Running is Martinez. And he lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
This return starts at the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
180.
From the gun, Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Prime Time. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Alrighty. Shut up.
Jackson, quick pass wide. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Working quickly here.
Baltimore, first down.
First down. Here's Lamar. Got a man downfield. It's Bateman. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. All set now. 1st and 10.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Middle.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
It's his running back. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Mitchell up the middle. He'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
After the
2nd
3-yard
and 7.
pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Set up.
This one by Lamar. This fight good enough to gain about 4. It's 3rd down. Offense in a hurry up here.
It's a gain of 1. Brings up 3rd and 2.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Ravens now within 1 score in the 4th. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Jackson throwing for it. And this is going to be caught, getting aggressive as they trail in this game, and that takes them 2 points closer. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
Mark so far, he's got room. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Yellow, 22. White. Claws red. Ready?
And they're going to throw out of the gun. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that. Off the snap.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Let's go now. 45.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing. Proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Oh, that one didn't have any of it.
Steal, flat. 10 flat. Flat, red. Cut.
Throwing on seconds. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Here we go, set. Flat, 95. Set, go.
Genty from the gun. Wow, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be fourth and very long.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB's going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Wow, they must really trust this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. That kick is no good. Oh, he mishit it. Well, hold on a second. We've got a Raven hurting pretty good out there. They're going to head out to look at him.
And hope still remains in the building, Kate. Not a two-score game. In fact, a make there, well, it could have been the death knell. But the miss, you just see it. It brings some new life into the opposing sideline.
Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too.
I know it from the position of the quarterback, Kate. Sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. One drawn up here for Lamar. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens trail by 6. First and goal. They've got 4 chances to tie this one up.
Hey, Alpha, what?
They'll try and punch it in. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
Alpha, sit on.
Back to throw. Catch is made in close. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens find a way to tie it late. They have this try now to put them in front late. And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives them the 1-point lead right near the end of this game. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. They'll take this at the 10. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Ready. Green back, 50, green. Right through. Shot, 17. Right, 60. Cluster, 6.
He'll look to throw it. this one to Rice. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Set, hut. Move 32. Ready.
Setting up to pass. Finds the in route complete. He got mighty close, didn't he? But they marked him just short of the first. He's out to 34.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and inches.
We'll go with a design keeper. This gets the 1st and more. You know, give himself up to end the run. That's going to move the sticks. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
First down.
Here we go. Here we go. Right. Right. Ball red. Hut, hut.
Here he is to throw. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ranging near a minute to play. 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Yellow. Foot black open. 6. Mega. Set. Hut.
Back to throw now. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Giving this to Genty. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Back to Genty. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Going to the ground again on 1st. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and we don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Now the field goal unit runs on for its 2nd try tonight. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. That winds up incomplete. Definitely caught us off guard with that call. So who knows what we're going to see on this 3rd down.
Well, that group was ready for anything. So when the fake came, they weren't fooled at all. That one ends up dead on arrival.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Eat old blue. Red. 38. Green jack. Hut.
Looking to throw it. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their 1st sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet. These are the moments I'm sure glad I'm not a kicker. It is hard. Your team does so much of the heavy lifting to put yourself in position to win, and unfortunately, that field goal sails wide.
The design run, Jackson keeping it. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb, going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?